I was playing guitar like I was doing the theme song just in case. So it's good.
No. Well, I was close. Again, if anybody has expertise in computers or StreamYard and wants to know why when I play a video on my StreamYard, it's all stally and choppy and delayed, and then I try to time it out perfect and it doesn't work out for me. But either way, I'm Pluggo.
I'm Blair.
He's Blair. This is For Exposure. Woo!
Ooh, hell yeah.
What's up, buddy? What's new and exciting this week?
Not much. Huge news in the Pacheco household is our new car is finally, we can go pick it up on Tuesday. So the day after Thanksgiving, which I think this weekend is President's Day for you? Columbus Day.
Sure.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Is it a long weekend?
We don't really, I don't, if it is, we don't get Columbus Day off here in the States. We're not one of those, like, you get to take the day. I mean, government buildings do, but like little old me ain't getting Columbus Day off.
Well, now I need to.
He didn't sail the 7 seas to give Pluggo an extra couple of, paid days off.
But you deserve it.
I would think so. I did work overtime this week in myself, but
Okay, so it is no public holiday. Oh, I thought it was like Columbus Day or something.
No, maybe. I don't even. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't know when Columbus Day is. Columbus Day is a little suspect around here.
Oh yeah. No, it is Columbus Day, October 9th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know he's a little sus. A little sus.
So you're getting along because you and the. So you said after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, because this weekend is Thanksgiving
for Canada and Canada. And is it really?
Yes.
That's weird.
I know, because yours is a month and a half later.
Yeah, as I say, I have time. I've got time to prepare.
Well, I like that yours is like a Friday, so then automatically the Thursday, or no, yours is Thursday.
Yep, Thursday, and then Black Friday, and then.
So then the next day you go buy TVs for $100. That's a 50-incher. And fight people. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I don't, but people do. Yeah, okay. I don't do I've never done the Black Friday shopping gimmick. I don't enjoy that.
No, it's exhausting.
We got to get up super early after I just ate 14 plates of food, which is fact. Thanksgiving is like my Super Bowl for food.
Like for Thanksgiving, what's your go-to foods? Like, what do you just eat?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it, but I'll smash some stuffing, dude.
Yeah,
I'll smash the whole thing of stuffing if you let me.
Just crushing a box of stovetop.
Just don't even care, dude. I'm just like, give me it all. I put it all on one big plate. It kind of gets mixed together. I'm just smashing.
I don't blame you because stuffing is delicious.
If they got deviled eggs as an appetizer, it's game over, dude. Yeah. But that's crazy that your guys' Thanksgiving's already coming up. But awesome.
Yeah. So picking up the new car Tuesday, very excited about that. Thursday, I'm going to dip down to Fargo, probably just for the night. Come back the same night. It's about 3 hours away, but how can I not? Because Ultimo Dragon's wrestling, and I don't want to miss that. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah.
Is that Nick?
Fargo, North Dakota.
Heck yeah, dude. I've never been to North Dakota.
No, you're missing out. You should meet me there sometime.
Yeah, we should. We should meet up.
How far away is it?
I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Yeah, just saying. What about yourself? Besides last night in your venture to Warrior Wrestling, how have things been?
Been good. The week's been good. I got a lot going on this week. I can't figure this out. Okay, Fargo, North Dakota zip code. That ain't gonna help me.
No.
It's a ways. It's out there.
Yeah,
I'll look at it. It's bad TV if I'm sitting here trying to figure out coordinates to North Dakota. But no, good week. Like I said, I went to Warrior last night. I'm going to Fastlane tonight. So after we leave here, me and the missus are driving down. I'm going to be a member of the media.
Nice.
So
he says it so nonchalantly.
Yeah, whatever. No, it's cool. We got for covering the event for Love Wrestling. So That's cool. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited. I know some people aren't. I know we don't talk about the big boys here very often, but I know some people are down on this card, but I think it's going to be a good time. Mm-hmm. I think the card's okay. I think we're going to have a good time, and I think they're going to do some stuff tonight, maybe just do little surprises to set some stuff up. So, yeah. But I will tell you this: we have a jam-packed weekend of independent wrestling that we have to get through. So I don't know if you want to start with last night where I was at, and then
I want to hear about that because you sent me some pictures. You talked a little bit about it.
Did
how was it for you? What was the card like? I know you mentioned off camera some of the interactions you had, but
yes. I went to Warrior Wrestling last night in South Bend, Indiana. That's my hometown, so it was right down the road from me. So I never miss those. I always have a good time. There's not a bad seat in the house. I was a little disappointed for them. The crowd wasn't as big as they're used to having. So unfortunately, when you see some of the pictures I posted, it looks like it was empty. It was a half empty deal, We were on the hard cam side, if you will. And which is unfortunate because Warrior always puts on a good time. I think the Eddie Kingston not showing up kind of dampened their spirits a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, but either way, and I was with a couple buddies of mine, and I just said, you know what, the card, even though it didn't have Eddie on it, still was good. It still had some good matchups. I had a really good time with Sabian Gage and Coda Hernandez. I'd never seen those two wrestle before. They opened. They absolutely killed it. So I'm super excited to see more of them. We had Missa Kate and Rachel Armstrong, and that match ruled. That was a good time. We had Frank the Clown a lot. I don't like Frank the Clown at all.
You don't like Frank the Clown? You don't like FTC?
No. It's a lot of fun to boo Frank the Clown.
Look, he plays his very well. So.
I say that in jest, of course. I don't actually dislike any. If I ever say I don't like something, it's simply in a kayfabe sense because trust me, I mean it's when I say like they're performers, they do things that I can't do. But if I'm saying I don't like it, it's more of a I just don't like it in kayfabe. So
you gotta keep it kayfabe, brother.
I was hanging out with my we were all hanging out. One of my buddies brought his son, and me and his son were just like hammering Frank the Clown. Like it was I'm a good influence on the kids.
Yes. Pluggo is for the children.
That kid outpicked me though. He outpicked me in the Warrior Wrestling event. So Stevie, if you see this, he won. I owe him $1.
Oh yeah, Stevie, making that cheddar.
Stevie outbet me on those, but yeah, no, like I always have a good time. The show's quick paced. It's a good time. I will say Brian Keith and Santana absolutely ruled. So if you get a chance, go watch that. They put on a show. It was almost like they were like, well, I know the fans wanted Eddie in this spot, but let's just give him a 20-minute just banger. Like they just went crazy. I loved it.
Before Santana got hurt, like he had started taking more indie days because I remember he had just an incredible match with Gresham right before he got hurt. I want to say that was for that Terminus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was for. And the match was incredible. So like that happened, then he got hurt and really sidelined everything for him. But now he's back. He's taking more bookings, so it's really great.
She says meet forever.
See, happy Thanksgiving, Ophelia.
Yes. Can I celebrate 2 Thanksgivings?
Yes, you can.
All right. Do you guys do the traditional turkey stuffing mashed potatoes that we do down here in the States, or you guys got some weird Canadian delicacy that I'm not knowing about?
For the most part, we do turkey. Some people might change it up and do like a roast or ham, maybe.
Yeah,
But for the
sure.
most part, it's turkey.
Dope.
Yeah, so you
Turkey's
get your
good.
turkey stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes.
Did you say potatoes? Mashed potatoes?
Potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I've never heard
Potatoes.
potatoes,
Mashed potatoes.
potatoes, baby.
Yeah.
I love me
Some
some mashed potatoes.
stuffing, all the pumpkin pie, for
All the
other pies.
accoutrement.
Yes. So it's a real smorgasbord.
Feel like I'm missing something. Oh, Takeshita was there, of course, and that guy just absolutely rules.
He's just a unit. Like that guy is just jacked up.
That dude doesn't miss. He's awesome. So like he faced Storm Grayson, so again, Frank the Clown was there. I'm pretty sure I started a Kill the Clown chant.
Wow.
I started a couple. That was one of them. Frank got involved with Takeshita. Takeshita chased him up and down the arena, and we were just like, kill the clown.
Was Takeshita able to recreate his hurdle spots from the last Warrior show?
No, there wasn't exactly that kind of space, but the stadium show that you speak of, that was dope when he was doing the hurdles, but no. She says, wow, Pluggo. Wow to which part? All of it? I get excited when I go to wrestling shows, and I had a good time. I had fun. Who else? That was, and then the main event was Casey Navarro and Encore Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And I never awesome. That dude is good. I think I was talking to some people there, and he's one of like Casey Navarro's guys that like he trains or works with or had was something in that realm, and like dude's good. Yeah. Like watch out for that guy. Of all the chance to brag about starting, Kill the Clown. I started when they booted Frank the Clown out of the main event. I started the na hey goodbye chant.
You're trying to save face right now.
I know I'm not. That's what I went. I'm sorry. I went with the kill or hit the clown or kill the clown. Get the clown.
That was hit the clown.
Next whichever. I did both. I did both. If you watch back, there's a few chants. I had a few in there. Hit the clown, kill the clown. That clown. Listen, Frank the Clown. That guy's smarmy, man.
He is.
He's not a good person, Ophelia. He's just not. He's a very, very bad clown. Is Ophelia? Are you pro clown, Ophelia? Is this
It's the pro clown party.
I think you're allowed to be pro clown if you choose to be. I just think even pro clown people are anti Frank the Clown people.
Okay. I have to ask this because it just the thought crossed my mind, and I didn't want to forget to ask. And I know it's not what we have planned to talk about.
No.
But I feel like it slots in with independent wrestling. Have you watched The Wrestlers yet on Netflix?
No. But she said, no, I dislike them immensely, but that's excessive. Why do I feel like I'm in trouble? But no, I haven't watched The Wrestlers. No, okay. I need to do that. I'm going to binge it. Speaking of which, Jack Vaughn was there.
Yeah. He's
on that show from what I saw. And he took on Jordan Cross, and that was a good time as well. Very good show. The Wrestlers has been canceled already. Man.
Well, hey, you know what? With Ohio Valley Wrestling, it was building up to their pay-per-view, and when you hear the number of buys the pay-per-view had, you will not be surprised why The Wrestlers was canceled.
Oh, I the only reason I haven't watched it, admittedly, is because Mrs. Pluggo said she was interested in watching it, and so we were going to sit down and watch it together. We just haven't had time. But I feel like The Wrestlers and I are getting canceled here. Philly's trying to cancel me.
She is not.
I'm just saying.
She's just, you know.
I'll say this. I will say this.
Oh,
I will say that what I said is light work compared to some of the things that were getting said.
Yeah. Was it pretty?
Frank's direction. Ooh. There was some people spouting off some stuff.
They were going ham on Frank the Clown.
They did not like Frank. Nobody likes Frank the Clown. Oh, she said, never mind. I'm thinking heels. Okay. Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that either because I don't have Showtime or Stars or whatever it may
Not everyone
be.
in the States has Stars.
Not everyone, buddy.
No.
Not all of us are bougie.
I'm sure that's not a qualification for being bougie.
It's not
Having
that
Stars.
it's not that expensive, but I have all this other streaming stuff, so
It's tough when you have so many.
yeah, yes, it is. It gets tough to decide. But okay, overall, I had a great time. Brian Keith is an absolute gem of a person. I talked to him for a few minutes. What a stud. Absolute stud. Get on his bandwagon. Missa Kate was very nice. She crossed out Frank the Clown's face on Stevie's poster for him. So
Nice.
hell yeah to
That
him.
was thoughtful.
Yeah, nobody likes the clown. I'm sorry, Ophelia. Jeez, they don't. In kayfabe, kill the clown. I'd like to ask, have you ever been to a show where they say Masha's gonna kill you? Yeah. That chant is real. Nobody was biting on the Takeshita's gonna kill you chant. They bit on the kill the clown chant. So
Yeah.
I stand by my actions at Warrior Wrestling.
Yikes. What a hill to die on.
I'll die on that hill.
Killing that clown.
Kill that clown. Get that clown. He was running up and down, running. It was all over the place.
It's okay. So, tonight I'm going to a show. I'm going to check out a local event. Of course.
Lawrence likes Frank. I will say Frank is very well. I liked some of the get-ups he was wearing, some of the jackets and some of the clothes. But he's mean. He's a mean guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time Masha fights it, she's badass, right? Yeah. And Takeshita killing that clown would have been badass. I stand by it. Anyway,
I'm going to a show tonight, and it is at the Burton Cummings Theater here in Winnipeg. They haven't had a wrestling show there in over 30 years, so this is a big deal. And I'm going to see one of your favorites because the Clandestine Society will be here tonight. So I'm very excited for that.
Oh, who's going to be there? All of them? Is that the triple threat that I saw on the Facebook page?
It's the trios match. It's
trios match. Trios match.
Clandestine Society versus Storm Grayson, Laney Luck, and GPA.
Who I just saw, Storm Grayson. Hey, yeah. I will have fun, Ophelia. I love you, Ophelia. I hope you know it's all in good fun. I love you. I love you way more than Frank. He's gonna watch this and he's gonna fight.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
It's like that. Who's this guy flaming me on for exposure?
Frank FTC is gonna have heat with Big F and P, and then it's all gonna be over.
Big F and P and Frank the Clown 1-on-1. But there's a picture on. I have a picture from the last time I went. I met them, and I'm in the middle of the FTC group, and the picture's nice, but they're all making fun of me in the picture. So I'm standing there trying to be nice because I got to meet them, but they were all just flaming me. So there's a history here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway, I digress.
That's okay.
But that's going to be a fun show that you're going to.
Yeah.
30 years. What took them so long?
I don't know. No one ever just ventured back to do it. There's even a Rumble, a Battle Royal. And I know it means nothing to you, but for Canadian listeners, viewers who had YTV growing up, PJ Phil is going to be there. So that is huge news. He is entering the Rumble. He's a wrestler, apparently. So PJ Phil is going to be competing in the Rumble.
She goes, thanks. You tell Ophelia you love her, and she says, thanks. It's kind of like what Mrs. Pluggo does when I tell her I love her too.
So,
it's not Thanksgiving for me.
No. Yeah. So, do you want to talk about what we got coming up? Yes. See, Ophelia and Lawrence know what I'm talking about. PJ Phil, he's going to be in the Rumble tonight.
I don't know who that is.
You Google him, PJ Fresh Phil.
Is he like Big F and P?
Yeah, basically. He's the Canadian version of Big F and P.
So this is going down on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, it is.
Will there be a Thanksgiving food fight?
I don't think so, but you never know.
I love you way, way more than Frank. Like if that's the bottom of the bar, you're up at the top of the list, Ophelia. Come on, you know better than that.
Besides Fastlane and the show I'm going to tonight,
Yeah, we're gonna be
busy-
live on location.
It's a busy weekend for wrestling.
Super busy.
Like there's a solid 5 shows going on this weekend alone in like a 36-hour period.
Boom. So where are we starting off? Canadian Rumble.
Yes. We are going to start off Art of War Games, some GC Dub.
GC Dub.
You down with that?
I am down with that. Did you listen to Weekend at Effie's this last weekend?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of his hot take on like he just flamed anybody that got fired? That's awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because he doesn't hold back. So
it was awesome.
And it's true. I mean, you will see a lot of promotions be like, hey, so-and-so was released, so I'm going to bring them on, even though it might not draw any tickets. I mean, sometimes promoters can just get a little bit ahead of themselves thinking that like wrestler XYZ is going to bring in thousands of fans when in actuality, it does nothing to help business and it's more of a hindrance. So it's just being smart with knowing your audience and, I mean, managing your money properly.
That was weird. Okay. Sorry. Like for some reason when Mrs. Pluggo's phone rings, it wipes me off the screen and shows that a phone call's incoming. And I was like, that's weird on the laptop.
It didn't happen here, so you're okay.
Oh, cool. But that was odd. No, yeah. So I agree. I was like, oh, Effie, that's a hot take. I love it. Because I segue that into he will be here at these GCW shows, if I'm not mistaken. Because these are the ones in I love Effie's idea about getting a bus and him and his friends drive around and saving the indies. Yes. Saving the indies from Frank the Clown.
Yeah. You got all Thrusty on there and Jordan Oliver's like hanging off the back. And
yeah. Jimmy Lloyd's driving it, I think. I feel like Jimmy Lloyd would be an awesome bus driver.
Yeah. He'd be okay.
Like, where y'all heading?
Let's rock and roll.
Let's go, boys.
Let's pitter patter. Let's get at her.
See if we keep this thing on the road.
He just has all the one-liners.
Yeah.
He's just a total dad.
He's like the Chris Farley from Billy Madison. Shut up. He's just yelling. Yes.
That Joey Janela is one fine piece of fish. You know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. No, you didn't. Well, a friend of mine.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. You're right.
All right. So, Art of War Games tonight.
That's a wonderful clip out of context, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, tonight. War Games match.
The Thrusty Bussy, it writes itself. Yes.
The Thrusty Bussy. Incredible.
Affiliate. See, this is what I'm talking about. All love.
That's a good one. Okay. So you have Team GCW versus Team Freedoms, which is Nick Gage, John Wayne Murdoch, Rina Yamashita, and Los Masitos. Our boy Ciclope and Miedo Extremo, Ciclope in the house, taking on Team Freedoms, Jun Kasai, holy crap, I can't read that name. Masashi Takeda, Takashi Sasaki, Toru Segura, and Violento Jack.
So it's just going to be a violent 10-person death match?
We know how the War Games matches are. Just
there's gonna be some blood.
If you remember any of the NXT or like WCW ones, like they could be there were some spots in it, some oh my spots, but this one I feel is could be like some oh my god.
Yeah.
There's a GCW World Title match Blake Christian taking on Jimmy Lloyd, the bus driver himself.
Yes. The bus driver of the Thrusty Bussy. Yes.
Singles match between Tony Deppen and Alec Price.
That'll be good.
There's a 4-way match, which is going to be sneaky good between Jordan Oliver, Joey Janela, Masha Slamovich, and Jack Cartwheel.
By the way, just for
Yes.
funsies, real side quest, Jack Cartwheel follows me on Instagram
Really?
and likes a bunch of my stuff. It's
That's
why I was like, okay, cool. What a
Yeah.
random. All right, hey.
That's kind
So
of cool.
the team Cartwheel, baby.
Yeah. Richard Holiday versus Charles Mason.
Which, by the way, did you see that Richard Holiday scared everybody in the world by saying he was retiring and then went ... from fantasy football?
Yes, I saw that.
My heart sank for like a hot minute.
It skipped a beat.
I was like, no. Oh, just fantasy football. I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you, Richard Holiday. Fantasy football has not been kind to me either.
And we have a 8-person tag. Is it 8? Oh, a 10-person tag between Wasted Youth, Cole Radrick, Braden Toon, Shane Mercer versus SG Supercunt. So
what a name.
yeah.
So that's the
Manders,
second gear
Matt
crew.
Swarter, Sawyer Wreck, and Bussy.
Yeah. SG Super Cunt.
Yes.
Put that on a t-shirt.
No. I am hoping to finally get my Bussy t-shirt this week though, so that'll be nice.
That word's like burned in my. When I was really little, I didn't know what that meant, and I called my sister that once, and my mom almost killed me.
Yeah, no shit.
She was like, "Don't you ever say that." I was like, "I don't even know what it means." She's like, "Well, just know that's something you never say." And I was like, "I'm sorry, Mom."
You probably got the spoons after that one.
She goes, "Go to your room." I said, "Okay." Because she just was mortified. She's like, I'm like 10 years old. She's like, where did you even hear that? I was like, I don't know. School.
Oh shit.
So yeah, now it's a wrestling super group. Because that is a super group of people.
Oh, Pluggo.
Little Pluggo. It's little Pluggo.
Yeah, okay.
Baby Plug. He doesn't know.
He's just a little baby.
Just a little baby.
Just a little baby. Out of any of the matches we talked about, which one are you kind of have your eyes on for this one?
I like that Tony Deppe Alec Price match. I think that's going to be fun. Of course, the Jordan Oliver Jack Cartwheel, which the Masha Slamovich is in that too.
Yeah, Joey Janela.
That's always those four. That's always going to be a good time. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little fun card. I think they got some bangers, as the kids say.
And that'll be up on Fight Plus as per usual with GCW.
Yeah, see, little F and P.
Little F and P.
He didn't know. He
Just
didn't
being
know.
a little shithead.
Just being a bad kid.
Oh, fuck is he ever?
I was all right. I was a handful, but I was all right.
GCW, whenever they run these big weekend shows, they always do like a JCW show too.
Yep. Pumpkin spiced, baby.
Spiced.
Best flavor ever.
And this will be up on YouTube. I like the JCW shows. I feel like they have a good vibe to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so easily accessible being up on YouTube. To get people into your product, into wrestlers. I mean, what better way, So running them up on YouTube is a great idea.
Oh yeah. And they always have, like you said, the fun vibe. It's like, it's still a little more laid back atmosphere than the GCW cards, but it's a lot of the same wrestlers just going out and having fun. So if you get a chance, check it out.
Yes, Joey Janela is up in Alberta on the 20th. That'll be huge.
What's he doing up there?
He is wrestling.
Oh, I thought maybe he's just hanging out.
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure he will do some hanging out, but
yeah. That's cool.
So
Maybe he's heading over to Spencer's house.
maybe you never know.
Maybe there's a meeting. Maybe we'll see what's happening. That'd be cool.
I
have no inside information, so nobody run with that. Affiliate JCW, I'm sorry, is live.
Yes.
It will be posted after too, but they definitely run it live.
Yeah.
It's usually right in the afternoon, right before, or a couple hours before the big event. So yeah. Big night, big day of wrestling if you want to have it there for the GCW crew.
So for JCW, we have Charlie Tiger versus Griffin McCoy. I'll run through the card and then we can talk about everything. Charlie Tiger versus Griffin McCoy, Matt Mikowski versus Braden Toon, The Miracle Generation versus Wasted Youth, Beastman versus CPA, One Called Manders versus Alec Price, and Jordan Oliver versus Tracy Williams for the JCW title.
Ooh. I'm already blanking because Lawrence. Who's Alec Price facing?
One Called Manders.
One Called Manders, because Lawrence said this is hanging out code for whorehouse. I don't know, Lawrence. That is clearly a Blair question because he was in the boss's home. He would know what kind of home Spencer keeps.
Why are you trying to get me in trouble?
He's fighting a top talent.
Just because.
Where is top talent shows, Brun? Because I see Ophelia. She goes to these top talent events and they look badass. Mm-hmm. But then I never know where to watch them. Is it only live in person? Do they have a streaming service?
I think it's only live. They've signed a deal with Fight Plus, I think, but haven't had any of their shows up there yet.
Okay, because those cards always look fun.
So
I want to watch them, but I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I'm just trying to answer our guests' questions. Like our fans are here. They want to know, is Spencer's house a whorehouse? The fact that you're not
wrong with you.
The fact that you're just not saying no worries me.
Spencer's house is not a whorehouse.
Okay, can confirm, Lawrence. I'm just answering the question. I'm just answering the questions of the people in the chat. We have an obligation to our fans.
Maybe that'll be a clip for the intermission. I'm sure everyone at the rec room would love to hear that.
LPW 20 intermission.
Yeah, just me going, Spencer's house is not a whorehouse.
I love this show.
Yeah, me too. Come
watch Big F and P try to get fired twice a week on Love Wrestling.
Yeah, that's what it's boiling down to. That tag match between Miracle Generation and Wasted Youth is probably just going to be an absolute banger.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
So that'll be a good time. For some reason, I'm ridiculously into Beastman in
Blair is correct. The last event, August, was recorded for Fight, but they said they still haven't seen it up online. We got to get those online. Beastman rules.
Yeah, Beastman's great.
It's just, but it always ends like he just beats the crap out of somebody for like 10 minutes and then they roll up, pin him somehow. Poor Beastman. Every time I see Beastman wrestle, he's losing.
But isn't that how you would expect someone named Beastman to lose?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always some weird way. And I'm like, damn it, Beastman, get a win once in a while, buddy.
Clobbering someone with like a bison leg and then all of a sudden gets rolled up for a flash pin.
I met him. He was at a Warrior event. One of the Warrior events. He's a very big guy, very imposing. I like standing next to him. So, but he was a super nice guy. He probably doesn't want people to know that.
Yeah, I mean, got to keep your kayfabe, brother.
Yeah.
So, any other matches that stand out to you on this one?
Jordan Oliver, Tracy Williams. That's going to be fun. Just because Jordan Oliver's always a good time.
Oliver announced that he's going to be spending the first couple of months of 2024 based out of England, eh?
Hey, interesting. Doing a little excursion?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm curious as to what that means for the JCW title.
Yeah.
And even his tag team with Nick Wayne.
Yeah, Nick Wayne's busy. Nick Wayne's busy right now. He found himself a new dad.
Yeah, found a new father figure in his
He's
life.
found a new father figure. He's slowly rebuilding the pieces of his life through Christian Cage's tutelage.
Oh boy.
Poor Nick Wayne.
No kidding.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be interesting to see if he's. I wonder if he's still gonna do, dates over here in the state on the North American side of thing, and he's just gonna do. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. That's very intriguing.
Matt Mikowski and Braden Toon could be really sneaky good too, because Mikowski's solid, and Toon is a different style. So I mean, you wouldn't expect him to be as flashy as he is for his size, but he really is, and it's a nice contrast. So that has a lot of potential to be good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. JCW, sneaky good card.
So after the JCW card, then GCW is doing another card because that's what they do.
That's right.
So, okay. We have a death match between Jun Kasai and Matt Tremont, a 6-man tag team death match with Takashi Sasaki, Toru Segura, and Violento Jack versus Jimmy Lloyd, Joey Janela, and Sawyer Wreck. Blake Christian and Charles Mason versus Bussy.
Interesting.
Masashi Takeda versus Mance Warner. Kevin Blackwood versus Masha Slamovich. And the East-West Express versus Alec Price and Cole Radrick.
So who you taking?
East-West Express. Actually, with all things given, this is probably the start of the
I'm waiting for it.
East-West explosion.
That's what I'm waiting for. I think
it's bound to happen.
I think you got to do that match. I just think it's a match. As much as everybody loves East-West Express, I feel like you have to do Nick Wayne versus Jordan Oliver before ultimately Nick Wayne gets swallowed up by what he has to be doing in AEW.
And the thing is, it'll be a really great match between these two.
Yeah.
So give us what we want.
Yeah, give us what we want. Brett Lauderdale.
Yeah,
let's
go on, Brett. Give us what's best. Give us what's Steph for business.
But Blake Christian and Charles Mason are two more hated people in GCW teaming up.
Not at all.
The
against two of the most loved people in GCW.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Mommy and Daddy are gonna take care of business. The Mommy and Daddy of GCW.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting on my daddy trunks.
Oh yeah, Mrs. F&P bought you some, right?
I don't know. She hasn't bought them yet. Maybe she's saving them for like American Thanksgiving.
Maybe. Do you guys give gifts on American Thanksgiving? We should.
We should. We could start a new tradition.
Here's a cornucopia of gifts.
Yes. Plus, enjoy all the foods.
Yes. Here's a can of cranberry sauce.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Oh, I would. I would absolutely enjoy that.
Blackwood Slamovich is going to be.
Yeah.
That's the banger alert
of the week. That's going to be dope. Yeah. Speaking of which, I haven't watched it yet because of everything that's gone on this week. But Blackwood versus Brian Keith. That should be it. That probably was a banger of New Texas Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, that they announced that late Thursday before the show. I can't wait to see that. So that'll probably end up being my banger alert of the week next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will be a solid card. I mean, I always find it tough with the 2-night cards because, I mean, usually there's so many highs from night 1, but night 2 usually delivers as well. So, I mean, you're going to get, your violence, but then some really great wrestling as well. So it's a good combination.
And I don't know. I would need to talk to a deathmatch wrestler, but how do you do 2 death matches back to back? Nights?
Oh, I don't know.
You're all cut up from the first one, and then you show up night 2 and do it all over again. Better than I am.
I should jot that down for the next time I chat with someone who's in deathmatch wrestling.
Yeah, like how do you turn that around so quick?
Yeah, icy hot. Do you do the ice bath?
Yeah. Lots of Neosporin.
Yeah, just bathing in it, slathering it on.
Paint roller to the back of it. I don't know.
Those are the GCW cards. That's Saturday and Sunday up on Fight Plus. Also, this weekend, Revolver Wrestling has 2-night. Is it a 2-night event or both are on the 8th?
Both are on the 8th. Yes, so do the Women's Grand Prix in the afternoon and then the main card on Sunday.
So
I asked yesterday, I ran into a couple of independent wrestlers from my area that were talking about they're going to head out there for that. So,
yeah, because Ohio's just bumping this weekend.
Oh, you asked him that very question? Green Phantom looked at him like he's crazy. I feel like Green Phantom. I love Green Phantom. I feel like he would look at you crazy, Lawrence, just to look at you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back-to-back deathmatch nights. Oof. Like when they did that Tournament of Death, at GCW, I was just like, how does Rina Yamashita keep it up? How does she do it?
It's got to be just a huge adrenaline dump. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Different strokes for different folks.
So the Wrestling Revolver Women's Grand Prix, this is taking place Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, live on Fight Plus. There are 2 non-tournament matches, Janie Senegal versus Zoe Sky, and also the Killer Death Machines from Impact Wrestling taking on Jordan Grace and Killer Kelly. So
that's going to be good.
Those will be 2 solid matches. And then we have all of the first round matches. So we've got Marina Shafir versus Janae Kai, Vert Vixen versus Allison Kay, Emi Sakura versus Trisha Dora, and Billy Starks taking on Rachel Armstrong, who you just saw last night at Warrior Wrestling.
I did. She looked good.
Mm-hmm.
She took an L to miss a Kate, but she looked good in the process. So
I think she has massive potential, and she's starting to get more and more bookings really getting out there. So it's great to see for her.
Oh yeah. I like Rachel Armstrong. Fortunately, she's going up against Billy Starks.
Yeah,
it's on another level right now. So I have a feeling we're going to see Billy Starks get that win.
But when you look at all 4 of the first round matches, each one is a solid matchup. Like if that was on your local indie show, you're thinking like, okay, this is going to be a banger. Because I mean, Emi Sakura versus Trisha Dora. Emi is incredible. Trish is incredible. So right then and there, Vert Vixen has just been tearing it up everywhere she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like your Defy Women's Champion. She's been up on Ring of Honor. She's been all across the States. And then Marina Shafir, she's been like putting in the work doing these indies. So it's great to see. So like,
that and Revolver's been booking her like an absolute monster.
Yes. So like she's like Effie kind of talked about on his podcast, talked about how some wrestlers like will get released and, just expect, bookings and that and not put in any work. But like Marina Shafir is someone who's gone out there, put in the work, and you can see the improvements in her, and she's really starting to make a name for herself on the indies as well.
That's really sad. She was sad to see the new show in BC was canceled next weekend too. All of the women's matches were going to be great. Yeah, that is a bummer.
Yeah, you had wrestlers from Femme Fatales and out in Quebec making their way over, and then some of the tops from the West Coast. I mean, so you had Christara was making her way out there, Vanessa Crave, and then you had Nicole Matthews and all the great wrestlers from the BC and Alberta. So that sucks to see.
Yeah. Let's hope they can hopefully they can rebook that.
I hope so.
That'd be good.
I'm all for more shows like that just to put the spotlight on them.
And I will say that we did our picks for the tournament. I made up the brackets yesterday. We'll post those on our social media page.
I'm curious as to see your picks, see how much they differ from mine. Because you probably waited for mine to come out first.
No, I already knew what I was going to do. Mine is different, though. I think yours is solid. I think you're going to win. I think I picked with my heart on a couple.
Yeah, Zoe Sager versus Taylor Rising was one of the matches.
Oh, that's a bummer. That would have been awesome. Yeah. You know who should book that match? Spencer Love. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I would be into that.
I'll be chatting with the LPW Grand Champion on Tuesday for the LPW show.
Which will be up on the Love Wrestling Patreon.
Yes. So if you have a few extra dollars and you want to support some really awesome people and get some exclusive interviews and exclusive matches, consider subscribing.
Do you think that if you ask too hard hitting of a question, Reed Matthews is going to step in to even the odds?
Maybe
Like,
he just shows up at my house.
yeah, bodyguard connoisseur.
Like I'm just very stiff the whole time, and people are like, "What's wrong?" Nothing. I'm having a great time.
Reed Matthews peering over the computer screen at you.
Looking at me like I'm in a Kia Sedona.
Yeah. Just starts squatting you.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm sorry, Zoe. I didn't mean to ask that.
You look like a Nissan Sentra. Ah.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully Reed doesn't punch me in the face. I hope that hopefully we can get through the interview without too much problem, but
Who are you? You don't have to give me your winner, but who do you think is going to have a good tournament here? Who are you expecting a good showing from?
I'll just say that I think we had the same winner.
Did we?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm interested. I'm very interested in the Marina Shafir side of it because, like I said, I've been booking her very strong there. So here's an opportunity to like really make a name for herself in the tournament. I don't know. I have this weird vibe. Maybe that Rachel Armstrong pulls off an upset of the world, shocks the world, takes out Billy Starks, but we'll see. I don't know. That's a tall task, but I'm just excited. I get excited when people put on all women's cards because the major promotions say it's not possible. And then you see cards like that you just mentioned with also having Jordan Grace on it and things like that. It's like you can do it. It's doable. There's plenty of people.
And you have Renee Paquette hosting the event.
And yeah, that was almost even an afterthought. Like Renee Paquette's gonna be there. Like you could totally do this if you wanted to. You just don't. So
like if this is not a kind of like push that a place like AEW should have an all women's event, like I don't know what would be, especially when you have someone who is such a prominent figure in AEW like Renee doing a show like this. It's like, okay, here you go.
Plus, I mean, and all the backlash that AEW gets for the lack of women, how they treat women, like, hey, Tony Khan, it would go a long way if you just put on an all women's show and started to really, and just made that a thing. Like, why not?
Yeah, I agree.
Do it, Tony Khan.
So that's in the afternoon. In the evening, there is Wrestling Revolver Redemption. And you have Renee Paquette on the afternoon show, and you have the wonderful John Moxley on the evening show as he faces off with Gringo Loco in a lucha street fight. So who's going to bleed tonight? Tomorrow night? John Moxley.
All of us. If I'm Mox, I just start bleeding on my entrance. Just get it out of the way early.
As well. Looking at this lineup and from top to bottom, it is a solid show. Like it is very good.
Yeah. The Revolver usually has some very solid card, and sometimes I think they get lost in the shuffle sometimes on these big weekends. But if you could sneak it in, it's a good time.
So I'll run through the cards. We got the Lucha Street Fight. We got a 4-corner mayhem match between Rich Swann, Yoya, Alan Angels, and Damian Chambers. Fulton versus Moose in a singles match. The Pro Wrestling Revolver tag team title 6-man tag team match, but there's only 4 people announced for it. So
surprises.
Second Gear Crew versus Alex Colon and Ricky Shane Page. Zoe Sky versus Ace Romero, a 6-person tag team match between the Death Dolls and Jordan Grace versus the Rascals. JT Dunn versus Kaito Kiyomiya from Noah, and Jay Christ versus Ortiz. So
Ortiz is in the house.
Yeah. So I was looking up some tweets for the event, and Sami Callihan had mentioned this was Kaito Kiyomiya's debut in the States. It is actually not, as he wrestled one show there back in 2016 before he did a Canadian tour, including a stop in CWE and Border City Wrestling, where he is wrestling tonight.
Did you let Sami Callihan know that? Did you say, hey,
no, I'm not going to be that guy.
I'm sure there were plenty of those guys.
There might have been. I am not going to be that guy.
No, you're not like, hey, listen, bro.
He wrestled this small indie show in front of 100 people back in 2017. So do your research, Solomon Crow.
Get him.
Got him.
Got him. Listen, buddy.
Listen, pal.
So wrong.
Do your research. Enough of this. Stop it.
Yeah, that's right. And then he comes and finds you and hits you in the eye with a baseball bat.
Yes, because that's.
I don't want that. I don't want beef with Sami Callihan.
No. So obviously, well, actually, Sami Callihan.
Affiliate is the Between Two Beards unofficial or official like statistician or like encyclopedia. Like when we screw something up, she's always got us.
So maybe one day I'll be that guy. Not yet though.
Yeah. Do it from the For Exposure Podcast Twitter account. It's fine. You can't trace it. He won't figure it out.
Not at all. Get us all flamed on there. The 6-person tag match is going to be great. I love the Rascals, the Death Dolls, and Jordan Grace are all incredible.
Yeah.
I really want to see this Lucha Street fight because I love Mox and Gringo Loco is incredible. So I think we could see like Gringo take it to another level on this show.
He ain't winning though, is he?
Not a chance.
That would be good. I would be down with that.
I was gonna say I was surprised Mox was wrestling after the concussion, but I guess he's got a match this week anyways.
Well, that's what I was surprised too. Like he got booked. He's booked for Title Tuesday, and I was just like, wow, that injury. Like he must be. I'm glad he's okay. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying like please be injured, but I just felt like wow, he bounced back real quick. So. Hey, I mean, obviously more John Moxley on any TV screen is better. I just was shocked it was so fast.
Big F and P and Big F and Mox.
Big F and Mox and Big F and P. That'd be a tag team. He'd have to do all the work. He'd have to do I would just sit there and chant things.
Yeah, kill the clown.
Kill the clown. Get him, Mox.
What is your dark horse match for banger on this show?
Oh, the Rascals, the Death Dolls, the Jordan Grace. I think that's low key going to be a fun, like a good time. Like there's so much on this card, but like if you're thinking like under the radar because of all the other stuff, like that's going to be fun. The Rascals always show out, and then Jordan Grace and the Death Dolls seems like a very interesting pairing to me.
I like that pairing, because Death Dolls are kind of like they have more fun, a little bit. And have the seriousness of Jordan Grace. That should be good.
Hey, there's a stud in the chat. There's a stud in this chat. Big Beth Boris. What's up, dude? Audible Boris Chocolate himself, the absolute stud. So. I picked your Blue Jays, Boris, to win the playoff series, and it didn't go well. What happened? I got absolutely trounced on Facebook for picking the Rays to sweep the Rangers on my wrestling page because I used wrestlers. Yeah, Blair is your home. Blair's everyone's homie.
I was fortunate.
Are you wearing the Blue Jays cap today? Yeah, he is. Heck yeah, dude.
I was fortunate enough to get to call a match with Boris at the Love Wrestling Clandestine Society show. So that was a lot of fun, and I appreciate the opportunity. So thank you, Boris.
Boris says, I don't want to talk about baseball. And Lawrence says, they're from Toronto. That's what happened.
Yeah, just wait. The hockey season's starting up, and I'm a Leafs fan. So, woo-hoo.
Oh, Toronto. Toronto sports is gonna have a rough go this year. But
mind you, I was watching Shorzy last night, and that got me very excited for the hockey season. I don't know why, so I can't wait.
Are the Argonauts? Is that a thing? Toronto Argonauts of the CFL? Are they good?
I think they are. I don't know. I thought they were doing okay this year. I thought maybe they did okay last year. I don't know. I know the Bombers played last night. I will tell you right away. The Argonauts they're tops in the East Division. So
there you go.
You know what, Lawrence? Stop it. We will have fun in the first round, and that be the only round, and then we will, suffer in mediocrity again. So that's fine. It's fine.
Yes. I'm pro show going off the rails. Shows going off the rails.
And is it ever? Yeah. Argos are doing solid. They're just like crushing the East Division.
13-2.
Yeah, Bombers are 12-4, so they're doing good in the West. And they beat BC last night in overtime. So there you go.
And this has been your CFL Minute here.
The CFL Minute here on 4 Exposure.
Oh, sure. Your independent wrestling hotspot.
For all your CFL news.
We had Boris come on Beards and talk about it was like the day before the CFL season started. He gave us a whole breakdown.
I'm excited for LPW 20 and having Boris on again to preview the show because that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. We'll have to figure out when we're going to schedule that bad boy.
Yeah, probably the Sunday before LPW 20.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Good Sunday afternoon show. I think it's solid.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll get that squared away. That was a good time.
Hell yeah.
That Audible Chocolate and then Audible Chocolate 2.0 right there, Blair.
Fuck yeah.
And then just me, Big F and P, just messing things up.
Big F and P in the house.
Big F and P can't kill that clown.
There's also a Defy show on Friday, but we don't have time to run through all of it because it is almost the top of the hour.
Run through the card real fast.
I will give you a few matches that really have a lot of potential, and hopefully we can review it or whatever later on. Yeah. So Swerve Strickland versus Vikingo.
Woof. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. That'll be good. Masato Tanaka versus Brian Keith.
That bounty hunter. That guy.
Yeah. So those two. And there is a 6-man tag match between Cody Chun, Nick Wayne, and Ultimo Dragon facing off against Sovereign, consisting of Evan Rivers, Judas Icarus, and Travis Williams. Yes. So, yeah, you have Travis Williams, the proud holder of some LPW gold. Him and Judas Icarus had banger matches at LPW 19. The next night, they're on Collision.
Yeah.
Just crushing it. And now they're going to be stepping into the ring with Ultimo Dragon this upcoming week. So, fuck. That's huge. Great to see for those guys.
That was awesome. So, that's awesome. Good for them.
So that's the Defy show. Goes up on Remix the Thursday after every event, if I'm not mistaken. So watch for that. So
we got some chatters going. We got Boris said he loves coming on with y'all. We love having you. Beards, and then Ophelia saying Beards F. Rich King talk about football every week, so it's okay. Yeah, we're pro talk about whatever. So, and then yeah, I think I caught my death at Hitman's on Sunday though. Boris threatened to find me, and he threatened to kill me. Essentially, at the Quizplex, he says, "I'm going to find you, Pluggo, and nobody will ever find the body." That was a direct quote.
With my shoot job, I could get away with that.
Oh, Boris has an Ultimo Dragon tattoo. Is it in a place that you can show it off? It's not like on the inner thigh or anything, is it?
Hopefully.
Hey, there you go. Like, ladies, check out my Ultimo Dragon. Hey.
Okay, so that's it for us this week.
Oh, here, I'm putting it up.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I'm mad at you. Marco's stunt is always the right answer.
No. Okay. For myself, you can find me up on Twitter at GrainmakerPod.
Blair shut the show down.
No new podcast this week. It's before it just goes off a cliff like an 18-wheeler. I'm wrapping things up. Before we are like the 2012 Toronto Maple Leafs, I am wrapping things up. Find me up on Twitter, all social media, Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast. Like I said, no podcast this past week. Just needed to get, a little things back in
little break ski. That's okay.
We'll be back with the rest of the month. Lots of great episodes, and you can find me here every weekend doing For Exposure with
Big
this
F and
guy.
P.
So with Big F and P. So where can they find you, Big F and P?
Well, Sexy Pacheco. That's still a great name. That's a great name. Sorry. You can find me tonight. I will be at Fastlane. So if you're at Fastlane, come visit and say hi. I'm going to go hang out with the WWE. And then you can find me at Pluggo on all social medias. Just search for this face wearing actually this hat, and that's what you'll see. Every Thursday night with JPJ between two beers right here on this very channel on Love Wrestling. And then, wherever else I may pop up, you never know. You never know. But I'm always here on Saturdays with my guy Blair.
You know who else calls me Sexy Pacheco?
Mrs. Pacheco?
My wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that just to make her smile.
She's probably giving you like a
she has
look
both
right
of her headphones in right now and can't hear me, so
yeah.
She missed out.
Listening to some audiobooks?
I think she's listening to some Noah Khan, maybe.
I don't know what that is.
He is a singer that is very popular.
Oh,
or possibly some Hosier. The Take Me to Church guy.
Take me to church. We're not singers on this channel.
No.
Mrs. Pluggo, did you hear that?
I heard that.
No, you're not.
Ask Mrs. Pluggo if she knows who Noah Khan is.
Hey, Mrs. Pluggo, honey, do you know who Noah Khan is? Noah Khan, he's a singer. Oh, wow. Mrs. Pluggo is ready to go.
She's amped up.
She's got her Bella Twins shirt on. She's ready to rock.
She's ready for Bree-mode.
Bree-mode. Boop, boop, boop. All right, the show is crazy.
Okay.
All right.
So that is For Exposure on this wonderful Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Yes. For my good friend Pluggo and myself, thank you very much. You have been consensually exposed.
Later, Lawrence. Later, Boris. Later, Ophelia. Y'all rule.
Peace in the streets.
Peace.